I could see my neighbours fighting in the street. They're always arguing. The trouble is, they both think they're justified. But who's right? Just had a little talk with my neighbour. I get on really well with my neighbour, he's a good guy, but he was, I was feeding my birds, I feed birds on my balcony, and he was moaning about one of them squawking in the morning, making noise, and he was going, "Ah, bloody pest, I'm going to shoot it." So, having like a, on the surface, a serious conversation about how to deal with this bird. In my head I'm thinking, I'm not going to shoot this bloody bird, there's no chance that's going to happen, you're out of your mind. But while we were having this conversation, in my head I was thinking, how far would you take that, right? If something's a pest, or there's something that's a living creature that's making a noise, or something, it's not on your property but it's near you and it's regularly upsetting you, how far can you morally push that? Can you shout at them? Can you use violence? Can you shoot the thing dead? For me, I don't think any of those things. I don't mind. We live in a forest. Birds are a thing that live in forests. So when you move to a place that's got lots of trees, like here, you kind of expect you're going to have birds. And when they make noise, you go, "Oh, that's cool, we've got birds." And, not everywhere does. So it's a good thing for me to have birds. But not everyone agrees. So people that come here from abroad or from the city, or this particular gentleman spent most of his life in prison. So he obviously hasn't seen a great deal of birds and sees them as a pest. So, but he's a good guy. I'm going to work on this. We're going to have further discussions on the problem of birds. But yeah, that's a good reflection on what's happening in society, isn't it? When other people move to this country, you hear people going, "Oh, what do we do about them? We should burn them out. We should chase them away. We should put laws in place that totally limit their movement and their ability to gain wealth." And then you've got the counter movement of everyone who is white and male being racist, or anyone who's traditionally famous or has done something good, like Winston Churchill. They love trying to take out Winston Churchill and say that he's a horrible racist. And it's like, no. So it's worth thinking, how far do you think you would take it personally if someone's a pest and, they're winding you up constantly, regularly, and the law does nothing? That's the thing that causes it. That if the law does nothing, doesn't protect you, if it offers a rule that it can't enforce, like if I say a rule in my house, no one is allowed to swear in my house, and then someone sneaks off in a corner and swears and I can't hear it, it's not a good rule because I can't enforce that. Right, so he can't enforce his quiet because he'll have to shoot this pigeon. And I was saying to him, look, I know about guns, I've got a few. That's a difficult shot to shoot that pigeon out the window like this, like he demonstrated hanging out of a window like this, just pointing at the thing and going bang. And I was saying to him, right, the first thing is you're like this, you're going to be wobbling around with the weight of the gun, you're not going to have any kind of accuracy. As soon as you point at the bird, it's going to fly off. And when you discharge the round, the neighbours are going to call the police and you've been in prison. So yeah, that's the thinking point at the end of this video. We're coming up to 3 minutes now. A, how far would you go to get rid of a pest, human or otherwise, that the law will ignore and allow them, it's like encroaching on you, the law is not doing anything, and you think it's out of order, so you have to do something yourself. How far would you go? Or if you, conversely, if you were the pigeon on top of the house, you got every right to be there. Or if you were someone foreign who came to this country and someone was giving you hassle, you got every right to be there. How do you deal with that when there's a rule that the law can't enforce and it's left to us to enforce it or just live with the consequences? How would we go about that? I want to hear from you because I have no idea. I deal with these things terribly. I go and shout at people and offer them violence when they're in my face, and then I get back to the house and go, "Oh, that's the worst. They brought out the worst in me. I wish I hadn't done that so much." So yeah, it'd be interesting to hear what you've got to say, or anyone really has got to have a better tactic than I have. Like I just said, it's not very good. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.